Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of News Dabs with Jimmy Young. We look for the biggest stories from the emerging cannabis industry from around the world, here in the U.S. and specifically our home state of Massachusetts, the 10th state and the first on the East Coast where the people voted it in legally. We start north of the border in Canada. The first G7 nation to legalize cannabis is off to a very slow start. The biggest reason is the lack of supply. Now, call me crazy, but Canada is cold, right? Not exactly prime outdoor growing conditions, huh? Maybe they should have thought about creating an indoor supply from indoor growing before they legalized it nationwide. I don't know, but the first 4 months of retail operations have been slow. The numbers are about half what many analysts expected and predicted. According to Statistics Canada, each month of retail sales in Canada averages just over $50 million, according to the Statistics Canada group. Projections were expected to be double those amounts. Now, while the black market continues to grow and sell $1.17 billion, whoa, sobering statistics, but perhaps explained by poor supply conditions and regulations on non-flower products have stilted the growth there. Here in Massachusetts, let's check the retail tote board. For the week of April 1st to April 7th, 2 more $1 million days helped boost the week's sales numbers of adult-use cannabis to $6.183 million, bringing the 20-week total to $76,760,180. Up in Portland, Maine last week, the National Cannabis Industry Association held their first social for those in the now legal weed industry in Maine. About 70 people joined Executive Director Aaron Smith for a few hours of networking, a little nosh, and an adult beverage. Lobbyists like Aaron have been waiting a long time to get the government here in the U.S. to support banking for the cannabis industry. He is now very optimistic that this will happen sometime in 2019.
The bill was introduced almost 7 years ago and finally received a hearing in Congress this year in the House Financial Services Committee. And it was approved in that committee with a 45-15 vote, with 11 Republicans voting in support of banking access for the cannabis industry. So it's truly a bipartisan issue. And we expect to see the bill. At this point, it will either go to the House Judiciary Committee, where I think it will also be approved, or they might waive jurisdiction and it'll go to the House floor, where I am really confident that we have the votes to advance it onto the Senate.
One person who is backing that state's act is the Attorney General, William Barr. He took time out from answering questions about the Mueller report to give indications that he will not interfere with cannabis operations in legal states, stopping short of saying he would reinstate the Cole memo that his predecessor, Jeff Sessions, revoked. Now, a few news dabs just for you. There were no openings of any new dispensaries in Massachusetts over the past week, but Garden Remedies in Newton received its provisional license to get ready to sell to the adult use market. And finally, if you are familiar at all with the commodities industry and trading of futures like oil, corn, wheat, or meats, New Leaf Data Services wants to open that wholesale market and trading to cannabis and hemp. A globally recognized exchange is in talks with the Connecticut company to add hemp and marijuana to the commodities trading world. The firm signed a memo of understanding with Siemtrex, an Israeli cannabis trading platform for legal wholesale buyers and sellers. Trading with cannabis. Can you believe it? It's a whole new world of weed out there. I'm Jimmy Young for News Dabs on the Cannabis Multimedia Network.com. We leave you with some 420 activities in the greater Boston area this weekend of Passover and Easter. Have a happy one.